once again on yet another episode of Crime Watch, a program that is brought to you by the Zimbabwe Republic Police as a channel through which we highlight the work that is being done by your police service, as well as interact with you, fellow Zimbabwean citizens, as we seek to partner with you in the fight against crime. My name is Elliot Kudzai Tanyani, and like all times, it is a pleasure and indeed an honor to have you along. A number of people who have been arrested by the police have been arraigned before the courts of law and given varying sentences. We begin this week's episode by highlighting some of these persons. Sam Walasi, aged 39, was convicted and sentenced to 18 years by Marondera Regional Court on Tuesday, 18 June 2019, for raping his 8-year-old daughter. In another case, Michael Mutumba, aged 48, and Guzbey Kaguvi, aged 37, were sentenced by a Bindura magistrate to 10 years imprisonment each for armed robbery. The two had robbed Sambama Kanupupa, aged 59, of various property after threatening him with a pistol and an axe. Now we go on to arrest by the police across the country. CID Flora and Fauna Unit in Bulawayo have arrested 2 people after they found them in possession of gold without a permit. The team later found out that the duo were also involved in a spat of armed robbery cases.
The 2 accused persons were in possession of about 889 grams of gold, and they had 2 cell phones that were written in Chinese. One of the accused persons failed to operate the phone, and upon interviews and further interviews by our team, we discovered that they had stolen the gold through some robbery cases that happened in Shurukwi, Gweru area, and some of them happened here in Bulawayo. So we then referred the matter to our counterpart CID homicide. Then for the case of possession, they were taken to Bulawayo Trade Court to face the charge of unlawful possession of gold without a permit or license.
Meanwhile, ZRP Donington in Bulawayo has arrested Kudakwashe Mapare and Mengezi Nkomo, both aged 29, for theft of car parts as well as unlawful entry and theft cases. The arrests led to the recovery of various property.
We have been experiencing a sharp increase in cases of theft of car parts, where criminals have been targeting mostly car batteries. We came up as a station with various operations, and we had one operation codenamed It Was I. The scope of operation was that we have numbers on patrol at night. We had a breakthrough whereby one member of the community of Palm Green discovered in the early hours around 4 a.m. that his car battery had been stolen. He quickly rushed to police to make a report. As they were doing the perimeter patrols around the scene of crime, they spotted a taxi which was being driven by one accused person, Mengezi Nkomo. The second accused is Kudakwashe Mapara, and they led the police to the recovery of the Excite battery which they had hidden, and all the property that was stolen was recovered. This gives me the opportunity to encourage members of the public that should you fall victim to incidents of crime, quickly rush to the police station or advise the police by the quickest means possible. I want to give special mention to our Palm Green community who have taken heed of the call to join and partner the police in fight against crime. They have formed a vibrant neighborhood watch committee, and since the launch and establishment of that neighborhood watch committee, Palm Green has become a no-go area for criminals.
When we started the neighborhood watch, we were 10 members. Up to date, we are now 30 to 38 members, active members, that come out every second night on patrol to secure and make sure that our areas are safe and environmental. So far, we have a great success. In February, we had a lot of break-ins, up to 18. Up to date now, that number has come down to 1 a month. Guys, if we could do it, you can also do it. There's nothing difficult in doing it. You are protecting your own property, not our property, not the government property, our property. So please come out in your numbers. Let's support Donington. Let's fight crime and let's go forward.
In a similar incident, the Zimbabwe Republic Police would like to thank members of the public for supplying information that helped them to nab a 6-member gang for carjacking. The Criminal Investigations Department Vehicle Theft Squad reacted on a tip-off from members of the public on the location of one of the stolen vehicles, where they managed to arrest one of the accused persons, who later helped them to arrest his other accomplices. Their arrest led to the recovery of car wheels, rims, tires, a cell phone, and a car radio. Following a robbery case that occurred in Norton, where 13 cell phones were stolen from a dealer, Z-Rapi Mzilikazi has arrested 2 people in connection with the case after a tip-off in Bulawayo.
We received a tip-off from a robbery case that has happened in Norton, where 13 cell phones had been stolen. We received information that one of the cell phones was being used in Bulawayo. We then tracked the accused and we managed to arrest the person who was using the cell phone. Apparently the phone had been bought from the robbers, in which when we interviewed him, he was able to lead us to the 2 accused, Mesuli Ngwenya and Seymour Wambe. When we arrested the 2 accused, we were able to recover 3 cell phones, and one of the cell phones was part of the robbery case that occurred in Norton, which we had received the tip-off, and these are the cell phones which we managed to recover from the 2 accused.
Since we've discovered that these accused persons specialize in theft of cell phones from crowded places, we are actually encouraging members of the public to be very much alert, especially in those crowded places when they are carrying gadgets like cell phones and other property, so that they do not fall victim. We are also encouraging members of the public as well to keep the serial numbers so that in the event that such kind of gadgets are stolen from them, they'll be able to identify them. Receiving or being in possession of stolen property is an offense under the Criminal Law Codification and Fraud Act. And as police, we won't hesitate to challenge, arrest those people who are found in possession of stolen property. So we're encouraging members of the public not to get involved or not to be found with stolen property or to receive any such kind of property.
We also spoke to one of the complainants whose mobile phone was recovered by the police.
What happened? And then the phone just disappeared like that. After 2-3 hours, I phoned there, and then Sergeant Shava received the call at S07E02 police station. I recovered this phone, and I'm very, very grateful. Thank you very much.
We take a short breather. Join us in the second segment. We are in the second segment of Crime Watch, and to those who are just joining us, thank you for tuning in. We start this segment on a rather bizarre incident where a 21-year-old man was arrested by Z-Rapi Matapi in Mbare after he was found with 4 snakes and a Comanche dragon, which is known in Shona as Mupurwa.
A Z-Rapi patrol team composed of about 3 details was in patrol and encountered a black male adult by the name Blessed Morris, aged 21 years, of number 5 Nyarakuru plot in Beatrice, who was carrying a black purse, and they asked him what was in the purse, and he couldn't give a satisfactory answer. They searched the purse and found about 4 different types of snakes and 1 lizard, and they took him to the police station. Authorities from Pastoral Life Management identified the snakes as 1 cobra, 2 commonwealth snakes, and a python. and he was charged for contravening Section 45 of the Parks and Wildlife Management Act, Chapter 20.14. The case was referred to Minerals, Flora and Fauna Unit for further management.
When Crime Watch interviewed the accused person, he was adamant that the snakes would still return to him even though they had been taken away.
Masinda siro na seguro wangu pongo chirwa penyu.
Seguro wako? Wachirwa penyu. Zvinoshandei izvo?
Izvo vangofanira vandipa chiti zvangofanira kitu zvoni unofanira kufamba nazvo pese unofamba. Zvinokutisa mari.
Saka dzinodyei nyoka nembwa?
Dzinodya ndozisira upfu nemafunde.
Nemafunde? Iwo hadzikukuwadzira nyika?
Hadzindikwadzi.
But iwo kubvawo zvawasiyirwa uri kuita here laki racho? Laki uri kuona pasi?
Ndokuona nongana mari kana ngofonera nzwe nebasa riripo takadai so zvinokutisa mari.
Wane nguva yakadii uchigara nazvo?
Almost 8 years.
8 years? Unazvo?
Unazvo.
The case has since been taken over by CID Flora and Fauna Unit for further management.
S07E02 Minerals, Flora and Fauna Unit Harare, we urge the general public to desist from keeping wildlife animals in their homes as they are harmful. People must desist from inheriting wild animals. And also, this offense of possession of wild animals without a permit carries a custodial sentence of 9 years, which is mandatory.
In another milestone arrest, Seterati Bulawayo K9 section has arrested 3 people in connection with theft of copper cables, which led to the recovery of 1,800 meters of copper cables, which are worth a staggering US $36,000.
We arrested 3 accused persons, namely Pepsani Ndovu, Brighton Daga, and Willard Chazunza. The 3 were arrested for theft of Zesta copper cables in Queensdale, Queen's Park area. The circumstances were that members of the public, they heard a thundering sound from outside. They found out that Zesta cables were cut and were lying on the ground. So they phoned the police. When we arrived there, we found that the members of the public, they managed to intercept the vehicle of the criminals. 2 of the criminals had run away. With the assistance of the members of the public again, they managed to point and indicated to us where the suspects were. When we approached that house, the 2 suspects tried to jump through the window and run away, but they were apprehended by the police dogs. And upon being questioned, they admitted that they are the ones who had cut the Zesta cables in Queensdale area. And we recovered 1,800 meters of copper cables. The value was given by the other people to be amounting to $36,000 United States dollars. On the same note, I would like to take this opportunity to advise members of the public that those who think they will benefit in stealing copper cables, their time is running out. Our dogs are highly trained in tracking down criminals, as it has been seen with this since that we track criminals from Queensdale up to Machula Sepa.
Road injury deaths have been identified as the 8th killer in the world, and this has led the country to lose between 1 to 5% of its gross domestic product. In this vein, the United Nations, in conjunction with the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe, has held a road safety performance review workshop where all stakeholders have met to interrogate road safety strategies so as to deal with road carnage in the country.
We have here and are hosting a team from the United Nations who have come to do a review of Zimbabwe's road safety. We are interrogating what we are currently doing, looking at what others are doing, and mapping a way forward so that we can see how best to reduce the carnage on our roads. Safety of our roads has an impact of approximately 4% of our GDP. That translates to almost 400 million that we are losing due to not adhering to safety on our roads. So there's both the human component as well as the financial component, both of which we need to improve on significantly from where we currently are. The impact of our roads on our GDP is one of those silent impacts, but through initiatives like this review, we'll be able to bring those salient numbers to the fore. And those are the kind of numbers that we also hope central government will take note of in shaping policy. There are a number of policy adjustments that we seek to bring to government and interventions that we need from government. Chief amongst them, of course, is that Zimbabwe must become a signatory to the African Road Charter. It's almost a blueprint for how Zimbabwe can improve on its road safety. The team from the United Nations has come forward with continental statistics. Our performance compared to the rest of Africa is not too bad. We are fourth by their rankings, but that fourth still carries loss of limb and loss of life. We need not only to be number one, but we need to have zero loss of life and zero loss of limb. Only then can the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe be satisfied.
On that note, we take a short break. Join us in the third and final segment. Welcome to the third and final segment, where we begin by looking at those people who are wanted by the police for various offenses. Banana Mwembe, age 34, national registration number 79-091369D06 of Monsona village, Chief Siansali Binga, is wanted by Kamativi police in connection with a rape case. Fadzai Mangomba, age 26, of house number 59 Mashonganyika, Kadoma, is being hunted by Kadoma Central Police for a case of fraud. And lastly, Ian Membere, aged 53, of house number 16318 Mbizo Kwekwe, is wanted by Kwekwe Rural Police for contravening the ZIMSEC Act, Chapter 35, Section A, that is, without lawful cause, gained access to an examination material. Meanwhile, the Zimbabwe Republic Police has arrested 32-year-old Atwell Mahakwa in connection with theft of 23,000 liters of stable 60 rod tar worth 94,000, which was stolen from the Ministry of Transport and Infrastructural Development complex in Chivu. His arrest has so far led to the recovery of $24,521.74 worth of tar. One of the suspects, known as Armstrong Mupotegwa, is still at large. The Zimbabwe Republic Police is appealing for anyone with information which may lead to the arrest of the accused person to report to any nearest police station or contact us on our National Complaints Desk on 0242 703 631 or on our WhatsApp number 0712 800 197. Anyone with information that may lead to the arrest of any of the accused persons should report to any nearest police station. On the other hand, the Zimbabwe Republic Police continues to strengthen its relations with you, members of the public, in its bid to rebrand and reconnect so as to keep abreast with the demands of policing in the Second Republic. The officer commanding Zetropi Manicaland Province, Commissioner Dr. Wycliffe Makamachi, talked about this program at a client service charter relaunch that was held in Mutare recently.
Today we meet to put our minds and hearts together to resolve problems of crime that continue to hog the limelight for the bad in communities and workplaces. Crime is a social scourge that requires you and me to stand in line and complement each other in our bid to wipe it off across all social strata. We further recognize that the occurrence of crime is a reality whose prevalence amongst us cannot be ignored. Our task is to ensure immediate attendance to situations requiring management of public order and disorder situations. Pursuant to this task, we shall increase police visibility both during day and night. You are entitled to follow up on all cases and be given information pertaining to investigation. We all need to be very cooperative with our members of the police who are out to save you during the course of their duty. Do not hinder, but rather assist them.
Still in Mutare, ZRP Chikanga are holding a flock of goats which they discovered in Chikanga area in Mutare and are calling for those who may be missing their stock to visit them for identification.
Kana paine muridzi wembudzi idzi auye ku ZRP Chikanga asi auye aine chinhu chinotaridza kuti ndiye muridzi wembudzi. Zvinoreva kuti kana uine ma-identification marks ako kana kuti uine ma-witness ako vafakazi vanoziva kuti mbudzi ndedzako uye paZRP Chikanga.
The Southern African Regional Police Chiefs agreed to host sporting games for its police officers in order to share policing notes on an informal platform through the Southern African Regional Police Chiefs Cooperation Organization, that is the SAPCO Games, which are held between member countries from time to time. The games are currently underway in Luanda, the capital city of Angola. The Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Home Affairs and Cultural Heritage, Melusi Machia, recently sent off a contingent of 184 athletes and officials who are destined for the 10th edition of the Regional Police Games at a colorful ceremony held at Morris Depot in Harare.
We are all happy to bid farewell to the 184 member delegation destined for the 10th edition of SAPCO Games in Luanda, Angola. I am sure that this prestigious regional police sports competition epitomizes the beauty of sport as a universal unifier. Participation in sports also enhances both the health and confidence of our police officers, thereby enabling them to effectively discharge their daily duties. As we bid you farewell, let me take this opportunity to implore you to shun all forms of behavior that may tarnish the good image for the organization and the country. Be disciplined at all times, because you are a disciplined police force. Raise the Zimbabwe flag high with distinguished honor and the pride. I thank you.
The Commissioner General of Police, Tandavantu Godwin Matanga, was also there to bid farewell to Team Zimbabwe.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to say that the ZRP has participated in this biennial sporting extravaganza since its inception in the year 1999. Allow me to mention that sport offers endless opportunities for dialogue, camaraderie, and above all, facilitate the exchange of ideas in a spirit of mutual respect and fair play. Such important aspects, if applied beyond sporting arenas, can help contribute to a better world and indeed better Zimbabwe.
Among the participants are two national netball team players who were part of the games that participated in the Vitality Netball World Cup Tour of Liverpool in England. We wish the traveling team all the best as they continue to raise the nation's flag high. It has been a wonderful time having you along. Until we meet again next time, we continue encouraging you to work with your local police in fighting crime in your respective communities. You can also contact us on the details that have been appearing on your screens should you feel you have anything that may interest us. Until we meet again next time, from myself and the crew behind the scenes, it is bye-bye for now.